Just doing a live stream. I don't have time to edit video and cut video and all that kind of stuff tonight. But basically, what I was doing tonight, just getting on here talking live to you all about, like, you know, the rumor of the Final Fantasy VII Remake demo, and what that entails and what that applies, and just basically what it's looking like that's going to be. And basically, we are looking at probably a week or two out, if it's to be believed, that demo is coming. So, and can you all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Can you all hear me? If you can hear me, please type a 1, 2, 3 and let me know that I am reaching your ears. And Merry Christmas to everybody. Stephen M. 281, appreciate it. So basically, I haven't been out here in a while. As you can hear, my voice is just recovering. Shot. I got really either the flu or something worse. I was down for the count. I had to miss work. I've been in bed. I've just been wrecked. So appreciate you all being patient and still checking out the videos and all that kind of stuff. To those of you all who sent well wishes, I really appreciate it. It's been a fun couple of days. You know, my son is 2 years old, so this was the first Christmas he actually got to get under the tree and tear open some presents and stuff. So that was a lot of fun to be a part of. But the reason I wanted to hop on here tonight is just to talk to all of you all. I hope you all had a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays first and foremost. I hope all of you all had a great holiday. I know sometimes the holidays can bring up great memories and also some loss and stuff like that. So, you know, to all of you all out there, whatever your experiences are, I hope you all had a great holiday. I really do. Everybody that's part of this community and other communities, I want to make sure that you all know that me and my team, the couple of people I have that work with me from time to time, we care about you all and we want nothing but the best for you all. So, with that being said, I'm on the mend. I want to get out here and talk about this Final Fantasy VII demo tonight. I don't think that leak is a fake. I don't think it is. That being said, it leaked, so I think if we're going to get it, we're probably a week or two out. We're probably a week or two out from it. So, you know, I'm not going to hold my breath for it to drop tonight. Of course, in the back of my head, I was like, oh, man, maybe they're going to drop us like a Christmas present. You know what I mean? But nah, it wasn't, excuse me. Wasn't anything like that, so. But it's coming. I think it's coming, and I think we're going to get it pretty soon. What do you all, the demo, I think, is going to be more polished than what the people have played at these gaming shows. I don't think we're going to get more, but I think it's going to be more polished. What I would like to see, and I haven't seen the entire, apparently, there was a closed doors E3 demo that a lot of people saw. I watch Maximilian Dude's channel. Max is a cool dude. I've thrown money on his streams before. He's a really cool dude. I've watched his video about the behind closed doors E3 presentation, and I hope we get some of that. I hope we get, from the moment we hop off the train to fighting the Scorpion Sentinel, Guard Scorpion, whatever you want to call him. I hope we get all that. The really cool thing that they're doing with this is, I think these little leaks are coming out to get people talking. You know what I mean? To get really people talking about, like, you know, what's coming, you know, and this Final Fantasy VII Remake people have wanted for a while. So, I hope we get it sooner rather than later. I'd love to stream it. I'd love to play it. Just get my hands on it. I think you all are in the same boat. Talk is done. I'm done talking about it. You know, I'm not doing a video every time something comes up, hypothesizing and theorizing on, you know, if this demo was fake or if this demo is coming or what to expect now that we didn't get another trailer at. I'm I'm not that guy. I've got a lot of things I wanted to get to. I'm working on some reviews. I'm working on some throwback review videos. I'm doing some serious editing right now. The live stuff, like the streaming and the reactions and things, those videos are pretty easy to crank out because I'm just doing my thing, you know. I'm really trying to make some cool episodic kind of stuff for you all. Like bi-weekly shows, like 20 to 25 minute shows, just talking about stuff, just some cool things for you all. And so for right now, I'm just kind of in the mode of, you know, let's get this thing, let's play it, let's see it, because talk is done, and talk is cheap. Talk is really cheap. I want to see it. I want to play it. I want to see how this thing handles. I've heard about how great it is. I've heard about how great it looks. We've all heard about how nobody's ready for what this thing really is. I'm done hearing about it. I'm ready to see it. You know what I mean? So, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. I want to talk about that real quick. I did shoot a reaction video. Someone posted they wanted to see a reaction video for the Dragon Ball Z Kakarot We Are Son Goku trailer, commercial, whatever it was. I shot it, and then I didn't upload it. And here's why. A, I sounded horrible. And B, this is something we have to think about now. There's kids in that. Even though it's the reaction video part of the video, there are kids in it. That's a slippery slope with the Kappa stuff. I'm just a small nobody channel trying to get his footing and trying to do something bigger. I can't be getting shot down right out of the gate because I've got kids in my video and the video is not made for kids. So I didn't upload it. I'm not gonna upload it. If it's a possible strike or whatever, or it got flagged, I just can't risk that. So I apologize. Let me look up real quick who asked about that, because I do want to give a proper shout out on that. I did like it. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. Anytime they do the nostalgia driven stuff like that you can get behind, that you can relate to and get you hyped for whatever's coming out, like they did with the Final Fantasy VII Remake commercial. Those people were talking about how important that game was to them back in the day and whatnot. I can get behind stuff like that. That's pretty good marketing, and that shows that they care. Oh, audio's fine. Thanks, Eric. I appreciate it. Yeah, Kappa sucks, man. But, I mean, I get it. You know, I get why, you know, they don't want kids to be taken advantage of. I think there's a lot of fear mongering out there. I think there's a lot of people profiting, which this part's gross. This part is gross. Okay, gross alert right here. There's a lot of YouTubers out there getting drunk off the riches of people's fear of Kappa. You know, I haven't talked about it because I don't want people being like, oh, he knows something, let's get a bunch of hits on this video to hear him talk about it. No, I'm not that guy. I just know what I've heard, and I'm making educated guesses about what I need to do. So I've looked at my analytics. It's like people in 18 to 25 and then on up to watch my stuff. There's literally 0% below 18. There's some 16, 15-year-olds, maybe 16, but no kids. So, which I'm fine with that. I just, you know, you always got to make sure you're protecting yourself on this stuff. All right, so JR, it was yesterday. Yeah, okay. So as soon as I saw it, I went on and checked it out. So shout out to you, JR, man. I really appreciate that. It was cool. If you haven't told me about that in that comment, I wouldn't have known about it. I liked the trailer. I really dug. I thought it was cool. But I can't put it up. Sorry. I didn't destroy the video. I just I might upload it on something else sometime. You know, but again, I mean, it's not just to YouTube thing. I mean, it's a lot of people that, a lot of services that are getting hammered by this right now. Hot herbal tea is my friend, especially right now. I'm trying to get my voice back to where it needs to be. I'm trying to get some things done. I got some new toys for Christmas. I got some new lighting. I got my new mic stand here. We're bringing it up, trying to raise the professionalism a little bit, as I have trash and empty Coke bottles behind me here. But yeah, back to the remake. So Final Fantasy VII Remake, stoked about it. The demo, stoked about it. But do we have things to tie us over until then? Absolutely. I'm going to go through The Witcher again. I'm going to finish Final Fantasy VII. Probably 2 or 3 more playthrough sessions on that. And then I'm going to play through The Witcher until Dragon Ball Z Kakarot comes out. And then we'll shift gears and get into that. And then by the time I finish Kakarot, we're going to be like a month out from Remake. But, so I'm excited for where all this is headed. I'm excited for what they're doing and whatnot. So, and getting on here and seeing all of you all, like, comment on the stuff, share my stuff. A couple of you all have been sending me screenshots and DMs of where you're sharing my stuff on Twitter and stuff. That's above and beyond. You all are unbelievable. I really appreciate that. And I do. Like, I'm not a big YouTuber. I'm a small guy who just gets on here and talks about the stuff he loves, is excited about, and I just want to talk to other people who get excited about it. That's it. At the end of the day, that's it. Like, a lot of you all know that I am an artist and a writer and all this other kind of stuff. I have published content out there that a lot of you all read. Aurora, my fantasy adventure graphic novel. A lot of you all back the Kickstarter, which is about to get funded. A lot of you all have read Derelict, my horror novel. And a lot of you all have bought just prints of my art and stuff. So I can't thank you all enough for that. That is so cool that you all support me in that way, and I'm very appreciative. Hang on, I gotta send out a text real quick. Yes, I'm still alive. People are like, hey, you still alive? Haven't heard from you. Merry Christmas. I'm like, hey, Merry Christmas. Yep, still kicking. Still kicking. Ugh. But still feeling a little bit rough. Oh, all right. Oh, so did you just get a PS4 Pro for Christmas, Sephiroth? Did you just got the PS4 Pro? Ooh, yeah. There's Yep. Okay, cool. Yeah, I love my PS4 Pro. I what was the first game I played on? Final Fantasy 15. I wanted to see what that looked like on the PS4 Pro, so I popped it in and played that first. I haven't gotten to much else on my PS4 Pro yet, but I'm probably gonna start Witcher next. Heard Witcher looks incredible on it. I'm not a PC gamer, so I never played that on PC. Yeah, man, you got to get that Pro for the Final Fantasy VII Remake, especially the demo. Man, that demo's gonna look so sweet. I can't wait. I know, yeah. The PlayStation 5, they're already developing the second game for the PlayStation 5. Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2, whatever that's going to be called. I think we're going to get a subtitle for Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 1. Even if it just says Part 1, I think that box art's going to change just a little bit. I think they're going to have a subtitle for it. And you would think they almost have to have a subtitle for it, because it's not the whole game. We're going to get it in 3 parts. And I cringe when people say episodic. It's not episodic. When I hear episodic, I think of a Telltale game. This isn't like that. This is like dot hack. Dot hack Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, Part 4. It's going to be... Dude, I've seen the first 4 episodes of The Witcher, Eric, and it's incredible, man. I love it. It's yeah, I knew what you meant. But yeah, like it looks incredible. I binged through the first 4 episodes the other night while I was just kind of out of it. I need to go back and watch it because I was dozing in and out. I was on some medicine. Go back and watch it again. I want to finish it. I've got a review I want to do, so I've already got notes for the first half of it. I just need to watch the second half. It's incredible. But there's Yeah, the first game, the first time they did Final Fantasy VII, it was 3 discs. Yeah, 8 was 4 discs, but 8 looked a little bit better, graphics wise, than 7 did. But 7, a lot of that third disc is like kind of cleanup and extra missions and cleaning up everything before you go to the Northern Crater. So, oh, hey Eric, yeah, live stream. It's just talking about the Final Fantasy VII demo, getting people's opinions on it, stuff like that. And I've been kind of down for a few days, so I'm just kind of letting everybody know where I'm at with everything and like getting better and all that kind of stuff. People have asked, so I just want to come on live and talk about it with everybody in a chat. So that's all it is. But we're talking mainly about the Final Fantasy VII Remake demo, what we're thinking, when it's coming, all that kind of stuff. I'm happy about the leak. I think the leak's legit. I definitely, I'm 100% sure it's legit. Just when is it coming? You know, I've seen people breaking down stuff on when things hit the store and, you know, what timeline they have for when it is released after that. I'm thinking it's going to be probably sometime after the first of the year, probably the first week of New Year's, which is cool because I'm actually taking 2 weeks off from my job the middle of January, so I can play through that first hour of Final Fantasy VII Remake demo about 30 times. But so anyway, I just wanted to I'm going to cut it off at that. I just wanted to come in and let everybody know and say thank you and Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays real quick to everybody live, and say thank you to everybody who reached out. Oh yeah, dude, Eric, that's why I haven't had any new content out. I've been literally in bed or crawling through my shift at work. I had to miss work. I mean, it was rough. I tried to get myself healthy enough to enjoy Christmas with my wife and my son, but for most of it, I was just out in the recliner or in the bed. But yeah, so I'm back on the come up. So, yeah, this is gonna be fun. I mean, if they drop it sooner, all the better. I'm looking forward to it. I want to watch it. I want to play it. I'm gonna stream it. I'm gonna stream the hell out of that game when that demo drops. I want to really kind of pick it apart, get in, and I really want to critique it. Like, I really want to look at everything for myself, not screenshots, not video of other people playing it. I want to get in. I want to feel the environment. I want to feel the game. I really want to critique it because I don't want to go in and be like, this is amazing, because I'm sure I will, but I want to give it a healthy critique. I want to come at it and not pick it apart, but if there's something I feel like is not good in it, I want to call it out, you know. But also I want to celebrate what's great about it, you know. This game, Final Fantasy VII Remake, is important to me in a lot of ways because that game, Final Fantasy VII, the reason I mentioned the art and the writing and everything earlier, Final Fantasy VII is the reason I went into trying to become a storyteller and a writer and an artist and stuff full time. I had always done art in school. I'd always written short stories, but it wasn't until I played that game that I knew exactly what path I wanted to go down. That was it for me. And so that game is special. Anytime I've been at a bad point in my life, dealing with depression or dealing with anxiety or dealing with, you know, in my 20s, I lived alone a lot, you know, and I'd go to work, come home, and I was in a rut from depression. And that and the original Vampire Hunter D were my happy place. If I didn't feel like playing Final Fantasy VII that night, I've played through it so many times, I would just pop in Vampire Hunter D 1985. Those are my two escapes and retreats. So that's why this game is so special to me. I've played through the game probably 9 or 10 times throughout my life. And a lot of that time was because, you know, I was in a bad spot. I needed to get out of real life for a while, you know. And that game saved my life a few times. So that's my story in a nutshell with it. That's why that game is so very special to me, and that's why I'm so excited for it. So if I do videos and stuff like that, just talking about this, talking about that with the remake, I'm just excited. I want to get it out, and I want to talk to you all about it. So, thanks, Sense Rabbit. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate that. You guys, you all are awesome. You all are awesome. And again, like all the well wishes, I'd wake up in bed, turn around, look at Twitter. I'd have some DMs. I'd have some stuff from people on Facebook or whatever. It really means a lot. I appreciate it. And I appreciate most you all looking forward to more content from me. It's like, man, I hope you're not just disappearing from YouTube. I hope we got more content coming, like your content. I really appreciate all those compliments. That means a lot. But so I guess I'm probably going to call it at that. You all are great. I can't thank you enough for all the support and everything you all do for me, and just sharing word about the channel and all this other kind of stuff. So hang on, sending another text. Speaking of which, like, I've had some people I've met at like art shows and things like that, just coming out and talking about the channel, talking about how much they like what we're doing over here. And I say what we're doing because we're all part of this channel. If it wasn't for you all checking my stuff out, I wouldn't be doing it. I would be doing something else. Like when I first started doing this channel, it was cool just to do these things and share it with you all. But then we got to 7, 8, 900,000, 1,100. Now we're approaching 1,200 subscribers. It really became real. Like you all were liking what I'm doing. So without you all, there is no channel. Without your all support, there is no channel. There is no Ray Kaufman YouTube channel. There's just a guy in his studio doing art over here, writing right here, and playing some games every now and then right here. That's it. This does not exist. So thank you all so much. And is the 10 gig game file concerning you? No, I'm not worried about it, because if the demo is that big, it means one of two or both things: that it's absolutely gorgeous and there's a lot packed into that demo, that it's a long demo, or both. So I'm totally fine with that. I've got no qualms with that. But at the end of the day, I think there's a really good possibility that this demo is going to surprise a lot of people, that we're going to get it when we're not expecting it. Like they're going to shadow drop this thing in the middle of the day, and there's going to be a lot more to it. I don't think this is going to be the demo that we saw at E3, that we've seen people play from E3, that we've seen from the other game shows. I think this is going to be something else. I think we are in for a real treat, and I'm really excited about it. I can't wait to get my hands on Eric Thomas, dude, you madman. Thank you so much, dude. You're like, stop it. I mean, stop. Just go spend your money on you, man. I appreciate that, but that's above and beyond, man. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I will spend that on something to stream for you all. I'll put it back into the channel. Anyway, I'm going to hop off here. I'm going to maybe start playing a little Witcher tonight. Get back into it. I haven't played it in a little while, so I need to get back and familiarize myself with it. I think are they removing blood? I didn't hear about that. I saw some concerns over I think there's a T rating. I think in a T rating you can get by with some blood. There's not a whole lot of blood in Final Fantasy VII. There's really, let me make sure I'm getting this right. I think there's blood in the ship when you're going to Costa del Sol. There is blood, of course, in Shinra Tower. That's all I'm recalling. Aerith doesn't bleed when she's stabbed by Sephiroth. She doesn't bleed. So, I don't know. I think if there's not blood, there's clever ways around it. But I don't see any reason why you can't have blood in that scene. And it's not like like there's blood dripping off the walls in that scene anyway. So I think to get now, I'm not an expert on this and I'm not 100% sure, but if I think if ESRB doesn't mention blood in the tags for the game, I think it has to be like a featured element. I think. Okay, so the original said there was blood, violence. Okay, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Um, I don't know, man. Yeah, one theory I'm thinking of with that is that maybe there's yeah, yeah. They could get by with that. I think they could get by with just having it be some kind of like putrid fluid from Genova, and it could be like maroon or orange or something like that. I think, yeah, I don't know. I think that would take away from the eeriness of it a little bit, but I think there's ways to shoot it. Like the hallway could be super dark. The hallway could be super dark. Flickering lights, of course, like real Resident Evil 2 remake. So I don't think you need blood in that scene. I think it would amplify it for me. I'm a horror fan, so I think that would amplify it for me. But I don't think it needs it. Now, is it does it take away from it a little bit? Maybe. I don't know. I'll have to see that scene before I make a judgment on it. But I think that I'm liking what I've seen so far, so I'm going to use that to trust them with what they're doing. They know what Genova needs to be. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm still getting some some coughs and some hiccups and stuff. They know what it needs to be. They know what Genova needs to be. But yeah, and when Genova gets out of her captivity, it needs to be like she becomes sentient, of course. But I feel like she needs to be like a wild animal, just flailing and just destroying stuff. And then, she gets it together. She stops wilding out and going crazy, and then eventually she starts posing herself as Sephiroth. No, I don't think we'll get jump scares in the train graveyard. I really feel like people have moved away from jump scares for the most part in gaming and entertainment in general. It's still there. It's still a trope of horror, but I think the train graveyard will be a little bit different. From what I've seen in the screenshots, I mean, Aerith is trying to communicate with the ghosts. She's trying to communicate with the planet and all that kind of thing. So I believe that. Okay, so here's my thought on Train Graveyard. This is something I've thought to myself, and I don't think I've shared it with anybody. Certainly not on YouTube. I think Train Graveyard, you're going to have a side quest. I think it'll be something to do, because you don't go back through that area. You just don't go back there. I think it'll have something to do with freeing the ghosts there. And I think the thing if anybody knows anything about paranormal stuff or whatever, sometimes a powerful entity can hold other spirits in an area. I think the thing that's on the horse or chariot in there that you get the rare weapon from for Aerith in the original, there's screenshots of them fighting that. So I think we're going to have a side quest where you can free those ghosts, and you have to fight that thing to do it. That's just something I've thought. Every time I see an image, my storyteller brain starts going off, and I'm probably setting myself up for disappointment, overthinking it, and looking at too many high-end possibilities when it's really not going to be that thing. But it's fun to speculate. That's the area we're in right now. Is it's really fun to speculate about it. So I think there's a lot of good stuff coming with this demo. I think this first game is going to be chock full of great stuff. Do you think? Nah, I don't think so. Excuse me. So my pitch for kind of the final boss battle for the game is actually going to be you getting Eligor. Thank you. I keep forgetting it's Eligor. I have people correct me every video I do. I talk about that thing. Um, I think you get out of Midgar. It's a dead sprint for Calm. I think you'll get to Calm at the end of the first game. But it's not like a sidetrack and look at this and look at that. I think you're out of Midgar, you get a transport, you're in Calm. Okay? So ride with me for a minute here. Ride with me for a minute here. You're there, you get the Sephiroth story. Everybody's like, okay, so what was that? What was that thing in the Shinra building? What is Genova? And the whole time Tifa knows something. She's sitting on her hands. She's like, I ain't talking. I'm going to let Cloud tell the story and see how full of shit he is right now. You know what I mean? And then Cloud's going to tell the story. Play through that a little bit. And then once that story's over, you get sirens, like raid warnings in the town or something like that. Truckload of Shinra soldiers with Rufus, flanked by the Turks, comes in and starts basically holding Calm hostage, demanding that Cloud and his cronies come out. This is after you fight Rufus. You try to kill Rufus. He's not going to just let that go. You know what I mean? So I think in Remake, with the storytelling elements they're using now, he ain't going to let that go. He's going to come track you down. So I think the final boss of the game could be Rufus, flanked by the Turks, because in Final Fantasy VII, if I'm recalling correctly, I don't believe you fight Sing. I don't believe you fight Sing in Final Fantasy VII. He's there, but you always fight Reno, Rude, or both. I don't think you fight Elena either. So I think you'll fight Rufus, flanked by the Turks. Not Elena. I don't think Elena's going to be in it yet. And then with Calm being besieged in the background. I think the end of the game will be you saving Calm, driving Shinra out of Calm, and then as you're leaving Calm, you see the breadth of the world, I think that's where game one's going to end. That's my theory. That's what I think. Yeah, you fight Elena, but you don't meet Elena until after you pass the Midgar Zolom and you're in that cave going to Fort Condor. Because they say like Sing's on assignment, or like somebody's on assignment, or they're taking off or something like that, and she had to fill in. She got called up, But hey, what's up, Cerrone? How you doing? Glad to have you on the stream, dude. But yeah, so that's my theory for the ending boss of the game. I think that probably a wrong, but as far as like storytelling, wrapping things up with a nice, neat little bow, I think that would be a cool way to go. Yeah, that's a good point. I think we're going to see a lot of that. You're going to walk by stores in different sectors. You're going to see like TVs and monitors. Like, I think there's going to be areas on the top level of the plate that are like Times Square with big monitors and like breaking news about avalanche activity and all that kind of stuff. I think we're going to see a lot of that because I really feel like you're going to be able to go all over Midgar. All 8 sectors, top and bottom, slums, upper plate. And that'll be a huge game because Midgar is like New York City. Or at least Chicago. I mean, it's massive. It's massive. I think in the lore it was once originally 8 towns, and they fused the 8 towns together or something like that. I'd have to check on that, but Shinra basically bought the towns and made them one big super city. But yeah, I think that would be really cool. I think we need to see some of that stuff. Let me see. I'm playing that song real quick so I can familiarize myself with which one it is. Come on. Oh, yeah. Oh, that song's definitely going to be in there. Yeah. That song will definitely be in there. Trail of blood, that could also allude to just dead bodies, along the way. I mean, it doesn't have to be like a literal like trail of blood, but it'll be up to them to see what they do. And just because there's no blood in the first game doesn't mean there won't be in the second, third game, fourth if it goes that far. It's just for this game. Yeah, I think a perfect ending for game 2 would be when Cloud hands Sephiroth the black materia and all the weapons wake up and they blast off out into the world. I think that is a perfect place to end game 2. That's a perfect cliffhanger. Everybody was like, oh, the spoiler. If I still have to spoiler alert you all on this, I'm sorry. The death of Aerith, I don't think is a good cliffhanger for the second game. I think you play through that a little bit and then you get, maybe they change it around. Maybe Aerith, you don't go to the City of the Ancients until later. You know what I mean? Maybe they change the story elements around. Maybe Aerith dies later at the City of the Ancients. Same death, same place, but maybe it happens later. But I think a perfect ending to game 2 is like when Cloud disappears into the live stream, the weapons are on the run. It's Empire Strikes Back. You know what I mean? It's like your second act, the heroes lose. The heroes lose the second act, and they don't just lose. They get their asses whooped hopelessly. That's a great second act ending. You know what I mean? Down and out heroes. What is more down and out in that game than when you lose Cloud? You just lost Aerith, and now the weapons are on the run on the attack, and Sephiroth has summoned Meteor. You lost in every way you possibly can, so I think that is a great way to end game 2. Yeah, there's a lot in Wall Market. There's a lot to do in different areas of the game. I just think there's going to be a whole lot to do in the game. I think that it's going to be massive. It's a massive undertaking what they're doing. So, will it please everybody? No. I mean, will it piss off a lot of people who like Final Fantasy VII? Yeah, probably. But at the end of the day, I think I'm going to enjoy it. I think I have a pretty good handle of what they're trying to do with the game, the reimagining of the tale. And here's the thing. There's different mods for Final Fantasy VII out there. There's still the original PS1 version. All these ports, you can play it however you want. If you hate the remake, if you absolutely hate the remake, the original mods with the cleaned up mods and stuff are there. And people are going to mod in the new remake versions in the original game. That's going to happen. So, there's, there will always be the original if people are not happy with the remake, which is going to happen. That's absolutely going to happen. Some people are just going to hate on it. You all know how the internet is. Like you all know what's up. Y'all know what happens with that. So that's going to happen. So I'm happy with everything I've seen so far. I'm cool with what I've heard. I'm ready to play this demo. I'm ready to get my hands on it. So, but what character am I looking forward to most in the hero side and the villain side? Okay, so I think I've pretty much expressed my love for Rufus as a character. I think Rufus is a dynamic character, carrying through to Advent Children. He had one of my favorite scenes in Advent Children when he has Genova's remains. He throws them off the side. He's like, hey, a good son would have known that mommy was in this box right here. And then he jumps off. He pulls out the shotgun. And he starts firing. He's trying to take out Kadaj, man. He don't give a fuck. Rufus don't. And I like Rufus a lot. So I'm looking forward to Rufus. I'm looking forward to Vincent. I know he's not going to be in this game. But of course I'm looking forward to Vincent. He was my favorite hero character in Final Fantasy VII, the original. Did I use him a lot? Not really. Because for me, like the concept of the character was great. But as far as using him in the game, his limit breaks kind of suck, in my opinion. They look cool. They kind of suck. And as far as his magic and his stats and stuff like that go, There are better party members to choose. So, but yeah, Vincent and Rufus. Now I'm really interested in see how they handle Sid and Yuffie. Sid especially, just because of the whole domestic violence thing going on with him. Now him and Cher are not married in the game. She feels like a life debt to him because she caused him to not be able to fulfill his dream of going into space. So she sits around and takes his abuse. So with the cigarette smoking and the drinking and the down and out drunk aspect, I'm looking forward to seeing how they approach Sid in game 2. So those are the ones I'm looking forward to a lot. Oh yeah, hopefully. I mean, I would love to see the Cloud grunt form, the just the soldier outfit, because I think. Oh no, okay, that was Crisis Core. I was thinking maybe that was a Dissidia costume for him, but no, it was his appearance in Crisis Core when I saw him looking like that. Does anybody remember the Final Fantasy VII anime they did that Madhouse did? The same people that did Full Metal Alchemist. It was like, I don't know, it was the length of an episode, and it was Zack and Cloud on the run when Cloud was comatose and Zack was toting him around. And they showed how everything happened with Sephiroth and Jenova at the Nibelheim reactor. That was great. I might watch that again. I've got that. I might watch that tonight, actually. I haven't watched it in a while. Jenova has got to look creepy in the remake. Adrian, absolutely. That's a good call. And nobody's really talked about it, I think, because people are just assuming that's going to be the case. But she needs to look super creepy. Gross, even. Like, I want to see her just be nasty looking and whatnot. So, what Sid has one of the 2 triple growth materia weapons in the game. Can't remember what that one's called. Yeah, I can't remember what that one was called. Last Order, that's right. That was the name of that. Yeah, Last Order. I liked it. It was good, man. I don't think they ever translated it, but it was good. Knights of the Round, Eric. Okay, so I did a video on this, and y'all can check it out. But basically, my take is I think Knights of the Round will be a series of quests. The first one will happen in Midgar. Okay, so there were a group of Cetra who defeated Jenova back in the day and imprisoned her, basically, in the Northern Stratum. I believe that's going to be the Knights of the Round. I believe you're going to have like little tomb quests that you can do, and once you conquer each quest, I think the first one will be underneath Midgar, and you can have the other 13 knights spread all over the different areas of Final Fantasy of Gaia. And each time you finish one of the quests, you get like the blessing or the spirit or whatever of one of the knights. And that will, until you get all 13, that will either give you like a buff or a weapon or a new piece of materia or something. And I think when you finally find Arthur in the last game, all of it will come together. You'll have the Knights of the Round summon, and I think that's how you'll get Knights of the Round. That's how I would do it. I think that would be a cool way to do it, a good way to inject more beef into the game, more playability. And if you find all 13 knights and you do that final battle with Jenova in the Northern Cave, I think they just wreck her. They just wreck her. You know what I mean? Like, because they've done it before. Boom, you gather all 13 knights, that's your reward. Easy Jenova fight. That's how I would do it. Which line is that from Sid, Shinobi Raccoon? He's got a few good lines, I'm not going to lie. Hojo needs to be creepy as shit. He needs to be creepy as shit. I'm talking gangly, like male pattern baldness, like the samurai not on purpose haircut, and make him look like he hasn't seen the light of day in like years, Yeah, Hojo needs to be creepy because he's the one responsible for all the shit in the game. He's the one responsible for all this crap. And there's something I want them to clear up too. Like, Hojo is responsible for creating Sephiroth, but Professor Gast was Sephiroth's mentor. So I'm not really sure how that works. I think Gast dies. So Gast dies. around the Icicle Inn area because he was in love with Infalna and Aerith's father, from the way I understand it. So, Chocobo breeding will be cool, but I hope you can breed like what you need for the Chocobos a little bit earlier, like game 2. Or maybe not, because the gold Chocobo can go everywhere, and that would defeat the purpose of having to find like a new vehicle that can get you to places. So, I don't know how that's going to work. I do want you to be able to race your Chocobos in big money races and win big prizes and stuff like that in the world. I think that would be cool. Like, all that time you spend breeding Chocobos, I want there to be a better reward than to be able to get to the island where Knights of the Round is, And I want them to do Knights of the Round differently anyway, so maybe get it to where you can find like an ultimate weapon here and there. So, but the Chocobo breeding, I think, definitely needs to be in there. Keep everything in there that's always been in there, but do it up. Raise the stakes. That's what this game's about. Reimagining, because I'm sure they've had all these ideas over the years for Final Fantasy VII after they finished the game that they would love to go back and like, I wish we could have done this. I wish we could have done that. Every creator that's ever written or drawn or created a game or done anything, after you put it down, you have to put it aside. You have to move on to the next project. But you're always like, wish I could have done that. Wish I could go back and do that again. So I think that's what they're doing with this. Hey, to what? Chocobo breeding? Chocobo breeding can be a pain in the ass. I know people who loved it. I liked it okay. I liked it because I could use it to get the things I needed. But it was an arduous process, especially the racing. I sucked at the racing. Ruby Weapon, I think, needs to... I think there will be a system in the game to where you can get items to help you craft things. I think there will be a crafting system in this game. Have I seen anything to lead me to that conclusion? No. But everybody's doing it these days. And I think Final Fantasy VII will have some kind of crafting system in there. I think Ruby Weapon will be a treasure trove of crafting materials. If not surrendering like some sort of ultimate weapon. I think all the weapons should drop a weapon. I know it's kind of on the nose, but I think that would be really cool. And put some new weapons in there. I mean, that would be cool too. I'm looking forward to the fight with Emerald Weapon underwater. I'm really looking forward to that one. But all right, well, I think at this point I've went longer than I wanted to, but this is what I wanted to do. I just want to have a conversation with you all about this. But I'm gonna call it a night there. Yes, Lucretia needs to be mentioned in Remake. She is Sephiroth's physical mother. She needs to be in Remake. Unless they reimagine that some way. But then you kill Vincent's story. So that's Vincent's whole reason for being is Lucretia. That love story. That's got to be in there. I think that's a non-negotiable. I think if I'm at the table when they're planning Final Fantasy VII Remake, I say... Lucretia, they got all these names and all these plot elements on the table. They're throwing things into the wastebasket and keeping the core elements. I consider that a core element. I think she needs to be in there. But anyway, my voice is going out. I will be back tomorrow night. I'm going to try and stream tomorrow night if my voice and I'm feeling better. I'm going to get... I'm going to get some sleep. But I'm going to try to get some new videos and stuff up. Again, sorry I didn't put up that Dragon Ball Z Kakarot We Are Son Goku video, but my reasons are the Kappa stuff, and there's kids in that video, and we just have to tread lightly from here on out with that stuff. So it'd probably be fine, but I'm not going to chance it. But anyway, again, thanks to JR for suggesting that video. I did enjoy the video, JR, so much appreciated to you, brother. And you all have a great night. Be safe. Keep rocking. And I will catch you all in the next video. Thank you all for checking it out. Have a good night.